I'm better than you, and you know it. What's up, guys? AEW here, Aaron Warner on this latest Smackdown channel, my wrestling channel. Yes, if you know that famous quote at the beginning of this video, you know who I'm referring to. But before we get into that, be sure to click on that notification bell to get notified when videos and streams come up. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends if you're interested in wrestling or not. Anybody's welcome. If you're want to get interested in wrestling, always subscribe to my channel. I'll help you out. I'll do streams, get you interested in wrestling and stuff. But yeah, if you know AEW, WWE, and if you know the subject, the news of the day is today, big news, big news, big news, big news. Apparently, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, as his real name, MJF is his initials, looking to leave AEW. Is he really? Is it true? Is it true that? Is it true? Because this wrestler has always been known to be a character 24/7, never out of character. So he could be trolling us with this stuff. He could be trolling us, but apparently it looks potentially legit, and it stems from his issues with Tony Khan, the owner of AEW All Elite Wrestling. Now, here's the thing: he might be looking to leave AEW, but his contract expires, I believe, in 2024, the first January 1st, 2020. So about a year, a year and 8 months, around 8 or 9 months. Oh, I'm sorry about that noise. A year and 8 months before his contract expires for his contract with AEW. So it's a long way off before he could leave on his own with expiring contract, or they could release him, which I don't see that happening. He's one of the top talents, and they're not going to release him. Now, this comes from Lords of Pain via Fightful Select. So let's take a look at what his issues are, why this might look real, possibly real. Okay. It says here he's frustrated with his AEW contract situation and is leaning towards not resigning with the company. As noted, as reported back in late March, that AEW President, General Manager, Head of Creative Tony Khan had a heated discussion with MJF, but then had a follow-up conversation that went much smoother than the first. Khan was initially upset with MJF's interview with Ariel Helwani, where he discussed interest from WWE. Yeah, he wasn't a yeah. I understand. I would get upset too. His AEW contract, I would get upset too. More, Khan was reportedly concerned about the precedence being set by AEW talents doing interviews without wanting it by AEW PR team first. I understand that he should want it by the PR team first, which has been standard since 2019. While that was Khan's issue, MJF was said to be frustrated even before the interview happened due to his contract. An update, a new report, Fightful Select knows that things do not appear to be improving between MJF and AEW. While there has not been any signs outward frustration from Khan's side of things since the heated discussion was settled in April with the two talking out their issues, word is that the sentiment hasn't necessarily lasted MJF. It was noted MJF teased a possibly going to WWE when his contract expires are not in character, and it's a topic that he's already raised. Wow, so that's not his character thing. Okay, I think it was a character thing. There's been at least some progress in MJF's AEW's future with a possible contract extension discussed. However, many people with AEW do not believe MJF and Khan are close to they were prior to the reported discussion. MJF is now leaning towards leaving AEW as of now when his contract expires. So he's stuck at AEW because his contract expires in January 1st, 2024. But if he was free now, if his contract expired now, he'd be leaving, according to sources. But the contract does expire 2024. So a lot changed between now and then. That's true. A relationship could be repaired. Things could go good smoothly between the two, and he could get an extension. Yeah. It also was said that the contract negotiations have been mentioned MJF, but it's not clear if that's a renegotiation of his current deal or an extension. Okay. With that said, it says that the report knows that MJF is not 100% leaving AEW. It's not 100%. Things could change between there. Okay. So, right now, things do not look good between MJF and AEW. Right now. Things going better, a little better, but not to a point where he signs a new contract extension or renegotiations for a renegotiation or whatever. So, yeah. And MJF, this might be a trolling job on his part with him mentioning his contract expiring on live TV. Usually you have to get permission to say something like that. But in AEW, the problem is you have to say pretty much what you want, in a way. Right? So, yeah. But MJF, my subject, great on the mic, great talker. I mean, probably the biggest asshole on the roster, right? As a heel. This guy can never be a face. But I can see as a Cody Rhodes left. That's a big star. That's a big star for AEW. MJF, if he leaves, that's a pretty good big loss, because that's something AEW's took from the beginning of the promotion and build up. Let's look. It's anything now between January 1st, 2024 could happen. Things could go smoothly. He could be signed and stuff. This happens in sports all the time, or is dead set on leaving. And there'll be a high interest from all around the world. New Japan, AEW probably be interested again. Impact, but yeah, this is the one guy WWE would definitely have interest from AEW as a star, big star, one of the big stars from AEW. They would definitely like to bring to their company, their brand, WWE. Guy could talk. He doesn't wrestle much in AEW. In WWE, you're gonna have to. They want you to wrestle more. They're gonna want you to wrestle more. That's a fact in WWE. Not every week, but mostly. Because if he's on Raw, 3-hour show, they want you to wrestle. Smackdown, not always, but they have the live events, possibly on the live events. This is a guy WWE would definitely want in because he's a good talker. He's a jackass, a jerk. He's somebody who'll get the booze and he'd be definitely be hated by the crowd. The heat he would get. He gets the heat in AEW, but the heat would get a larger audience in WWE. Oh my God. Because this guy could talk. One of the best talkers. And that's what you need in WWE. You need a ring skill, but you need to be able to talk to get the crowd to either cheer you or boo you. And this guy will definitely get you to boo you. He's one of the few guys I see WWE definitely going from AEW that are star power, that already have star power, that they definitely have interest in, that can bring to the main roster right away. No NXT needed. MJF is one of them. Young Bucks would be main roster guys if they ever decide to leave. Omega is a main roster guy. I think Adam Cole, if he goes back, would definitely be a main roster guy again at WWE, not NXT anymore. CM Punk, but CM Punk would never go back to AEW. There's a lot of guys at AEW wrestlers, especially the top tier guys. If they went to WWE, they would definitely be main roster guys right away, not NXT. And MJF is definitely in that category. I don't know how much of how WWE use him. AEW uses him well. This is like I'm just speculating how WWE would use. I don't know. They use him on the mic. He definitely has to wrestle more. He can be an asshole. Get under wrestler skins. He could be like the Miz in a way. How the Miz is. How Miz cuts promos. That's what MJF could be. But yeah, It's early. So overall, guys, it's early. Things could change between now and his contract expires. He could sign a new deal in between and stay with AEW. But if he contract expires or whatever, and he decides that, yep, I'm done with AEW, he'll stay with AEW when his contract expires. I definitely do see WWE pouring out the money for him. Definitely give him a good, more than AEW would offer. I definitely do see WWE. It's just questionable how they use him, because WWE uses their talent differently than AEW. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. Again, share, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell for stuff like this to go up. And yeah, take care.